Welcome back, everybody. Sive is here with the Forex Peace Army.com. Let's update our view on euro currency. In general, similar performance you could see across the board, so not only on the euro currency. In two words, what is really going on? It's probably some investors concerned around the aggressive Donald Trump external policy, foreign policy. Starting from Venezuela, you know what's going on in Iran. Also a lot of statements concerning Greenland and actually some other stuff. And that makes investors nervous. So in the current circumstances, obviously, some demand for the dollars are rising, especially as investors are taking into consideration how aggressive the Donald Trump is in this sphere. And the recent statements of his nearest standing persons, such as Rubio, Hassad, so lots of them, most of them are actually speaking in the same way. So talking that they are not care about the international law, they not care about the United Nations and so on. So Donald Trump has signed the bill that the United States is banning actually 66 different international organizations. So this is purely empirical behavior, and somehow it started in this moment. Probably something stands behind this. I do not know yet. Anyway, that makes support to the dollar and triggers some demand and running to the safe haven among the investors. It means that the potentially bullish scenario that we were considering previously, it has not been formed. So in fact, we do not have the subject for trading because market just hasn't formed it. Instead of that, as it has been destroyed, now we do not have any short-term setups on intraday charts based on this one performance, but we have to increase the scale. With the breaking of the last important support area and the performance that we see currently, we're increasing the scale, turning to the daily chart and considering larger scale pattern now on the bearish side. This is ABCD pattern of the nearest target around 1530. This level is also important because if you take a look at the weekly chart where we have the big triangle, this is also the point where actually we have the border of this triangle. That's why this target right at the border is also important, because breakout to the downside will change long-term analysis on the euro and will trigger significantly deeper retracement on the weekly and the monthly time frames. This is not something surprising, because on the monthly chart in the recent 5-6 months, market stands in strong resistance, but since then we haven't got any meaningful pullback. Even 30% pullback hasn't happened. That's why if it will start from the technical point of view, this is not something extraordinary. This is normal. But for trading purposes, especially on the daily intraday charts, that's really might be a bit actually inspiring and thrilling. So what about the daily? 1530. On the lower time frame, we have another target that stands around 16 even area. So first of all, you could see that this is 618 support. Here stand on the 4 time frame chart, we have downside ABCD pattern, which is target around the 1593, which is very close 116 area, creating an agreement with this support level. And all this stuff might be finalized by the downside butterfly. Actually, it has been formed on the ruin of potentially bullish setup that we were considering. Currently, you can see market has completed the minor XLP target of this pattern that we were considering. Now comes to the first 1635 support and first extension. Next one will be 1606. So we could say that the 1593, 1606, and around 116 area support. This will be next support cluster where market could find some support and actually show some bounce. Until that, it's probably we will keep going to that. Obviously, we are not considering any longs in such circumstances. For taking the short position, well, you could wait for some minor bounce here up from this intermediate target, if of course it will happen at all, because except the 1635 butterfly extension, we do not have anything else. Here we have minor butterflies forming. Maybe it will be minor hand and shoulders, where we could get some minor ABCD once again retracements and maybe back to this trend line or something else. But this will be very minor scale. We will take a look at it if this bounce will happen. But in general, context now is clearly bearish. I would not consider any longs, and just could keep an eye on some resistance levels with possible chances to go short with a more downside extension. That's actually what we have currently on the euro.